Alright, so we back with another video, man. I'm gonna be real, man. Best guard builds. I'm gonna be honest. Making builds on this game is low-key kind of easy, but at the same time, trying to make that build that you want, that perfect build that you want, can kind of get complicated. So today, I'm gonna give y'all my builds later, not right now. Today, I'm gonna give y'all the best guard builds that I'm just not gonna be making this year. But these are still very, very good. Now, all of these are templates in terms of how I would make them. But there's going to be things you can take away from the builds that you can put into it. You can make it, edit it, change it, template it, do whatever you want to do with it. But just know that this is templates. Now, it's going to be going a lot of different ways in this video. Y'all do want more videos. I got more builds. Like the video. Like the video. Subscribe if you're new. Further ado, let's hop into it. Alright, so first things first. I'm going to start it out with the build I'm the most confident in. I'm going to be real. The 6'4". Now, 6'4" was very good last year. I did expect these to get nerfed though. And to be real, I don't really think they fully nerfed them. I just think they just balanced the heights. So I'm going to be real. From 6'3" to 6'9", you can make a guard at any height right there. You could even go lower. I just think with the contest system, you gotta be a different type of bucket getter to go any lower than 6'3", personally. And even 6'3" is kind of shaky. But we're gonna start out with 6'4s, and this is gonna be the shortest build of the video. So 6'4", 178, 6'6" wingspan. Now, you see everything on how I made it. Now, let me cover off the bases. First things first, you get 28 cap breakers in this game. You get 3 max badge plus 2s. You get 6 max badge plus 1s. Now, the thing is, when you are making your day 1 builds, you are making it with the idea that this is my day 1 build. But in my opinion, you're not really going to be trying to drop that extra VC to make another build or remake the build. So I'm doing it with the mindset of, oh, I got 28 cap breakers to work with. But how many of those are realistic? I've been saying in all the other videos, 16. So, let's keep that in mind. Now, let's look at the build real quick right here. So, 6'4", 178, 6'6" wingspan. Now, why are we doing that? You can see the 3 ball. You can see the driving dunk. Let's get back to the build. So, 91 3 ball off rip. You're going to be able to shoot at a really high rate with that off the rippers. Off the rip. You can do the build specialization of shooting. Get that +2, and you instantly gonna be able to have that 93 3 ball and be able to get up to gold limitless range. Now, I'm gonna be real, on these guard builds, it is a little bit more complicated what you wanna actually do with that build specialization. Cause you gotta understand, you need to have a +2 cap breaker, you need to have a max badge +2 for sure that you're gonna do, and a max badge +1 that you for sure gonna do. Now, with me going 6'4", I can't get many marksmen, and with me only getting a 96.3, that would have been the one badge that would have been left out, but there's nothing to talk about there. I can get pretty much every shooting badge Hall of Fame. So I have a max badge +1 shooting, but I don't really have a max badge +2. So in my opinion, build specialization, I wouldn't do it on shooting because it just doesn't make sense for everything. Like I can probably do a max badge +2 and a badge that don't even need to go up 2, I can put it there, but in my opinion, with you having 6 max badge +1 possibilities, I just think it's a waste of time doing that. And it's going to be kind of easy to get them cap breakers this year than last year, in my opinion. Like I said, it's 16 realistic, and that's just talking about getting the starter 4. Just forget everything else. Playmaking. Now, I think this is the avenue that you can really go down with the cap breakers, because you can think about it. You can go a lot of different ways with the cap breakers here, honestly. You can go speed with ball. A lot of people, I don't know if they're going to do that though. Because 86, you get lightning lunch. Gold. That's an obvious max badge +2, you get it to legend. And I already seen 2K Lab do a study on it. The jump from gold to Hall of Fame is not really worth it. But the jump from gold to legend, the jump from legend, from Hall of Fame to legend is significant. It's the biggest jump between the badges until before, I guess, having nothing and then having bronze. So let's keep that in mind. So going +5 speed ball, Yeah, you'll get a higher speed of ball, and that'll help you in terms of dribbling faster, but is it really worth it? The ball handle for sure is a cap breaker. So let me get this out the way. The cap breakers I'm doing. +5 on 3 ball to be able to have every Hall of Fame shooting badge possible. +5 on ball handle to pretty much have all the dribble animations I personally need and want. So I can have that 92 ball handle, and you're going to be unlocking certain badges as well at 92. That's just going to be nice to have. Now, a thing that's going to be really important to have on this game, I won't lie, handles for days. I've covered this a lot. You want to be able to have that, and you are going to be able to get that to gold. But I'm going to be honest. The only thing that I'm really questioning with these guard builds that I'm making, did I go too low on ball handle? But ball handle is extremely expensive this year. It is extremely, extremely expensive. But I'm going to be real. Playmaking is definitely the avenue I'm probably going to have to go with build specialization wise, because that's just going to be the simplest for the max badge +1s. Because if I get that gold, that could be another max badge +2 possibility. That could be another max badge +1 possibility. You know? Because it's just going to be important. You see, unpluckable. I get 92 ball handle. That's another reason why that's +5 is pretty much auto stamped. Not nothing to talk about there. Then 84 pass accuracy. That's how you be able to get versatile visionary. Anything higher than that, I'm probably right now is a little too expensive on a lot of these builds. But I ain't gonna lie, looking at the people in this game, it does seem like that pass accuracy is important. So I do want that to be covered. Now, smaller guard. One thing I have seen is the contest has been a little inconsistent. So what I do, perimeter defense, got that high. On ball steals don't look like they that good. So what did I do? Passing lane. It's all I really care about. So I did go for silver interceptor. Didn't go for block. It is a 6'4" build, and I did go for interior defense. So if somebody drives on me, I got 6'6" wingspan, which is not minimum, but it's not max. I can play hands up defense with that 70 interior defense and hopefully get some stops. Rebound, I got a little bit of rebound. Physicals, I got 86, I got 80, I got 60 strength, just so I can be able to have strong handle, physical finisher, and I have 80 layup, 80 vertical. Now, go across. I have an 88 driving dunk. That's going to be a +5 situation where it's going to come down to what you rather. Do you want that 88 to 93 driving dunk? And I seen Joe Knowles with a 93 driving dunk with a crazy green window on pretty much every dunk. So that should be something in people's mind. That 93 driving dunk looked pretty crazy on this game. Another thing, when it comes to having driving dunk, it's just going to have a whole nother thing that people have to guard. Like, you got the 3 ball, you got a little bit of midi, you got playmaking, but that driving dunk is going to give you a whole different element. And then I have a little bit of free layup with the 76, and then I got 48 standing up. You don't get standing up packages, so I tried to get that up a little bit so that you can do it. But all in all, this is a really, really good all-around solid build, in my opinion. And the build comes out as similar to shades of Jamal Murray, Dame, Gilbert Arenas, two-way, 3-point slasher. This is just the first one, by the way. No big weaknesses, by the way. All right, now let's go to the other end of the spectrum in terms of the popular builds from NBA 2K25. The 6'6". Now, this has been popular for the last couple 2Ks, not just 25. But going into 26, I kind of felt like this was going to be another build that got nerfed. But like I said, for the 6'4s, it didn't really get nerfed. It's just balanced across the heights. It's that simple. So 6'6", 195, 6'9" wingspan. Now, when it comes to making this build, I'ma be real. The potential comes with the cap breakers. You can go 88 to 93 mid-range, go crazy there, and you'll have a 93 midi, and you'll be able to have Hall of Fame set shot and some other gold badges. The only shooting badge that's not going to be affected by that is going to be mini marksman, because you're too tall, and limitless range. But if you do want to get that limitless range, I did give you the option to do so with that 84 3 ball, go +5 on that, get 89, you now have limitless range silver. So all that goes hand in hand. So you pretty much can have every single shooting badge silver. And the things I'll probably do with that on this one, it actually does make sense to go build specialization shooting, because you do have the shooting aspect of maybe you want to get your limitless range up to Hall of Fame. When you go 93 mid range, you're gonna pretty much have every other shooting badge gold. So if you want to go Deadeye, legend. If you want to go shifty shooter, legend. If you want to go Hall of Fame limitless range, you can do that with the max badge +2. You get 3 options, by the way, and you do have that max badge +1 where you can put that set shot specialist to legend. So yeah, and then here on the finishing, not crazy finishing, less finishing than the last one. It is taller. It's just gonna be a little tougher sometimes when you go taller and still try to have around the same speed of ball. It's just what it is. But 82, you go +5 on it. You do unlock the ability to have contact dunks. But I don't know how. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how important it's gonna be to have contact dunks, but being able to have that silver posterizer, the gaps in posterizer actually seem like it makes a big difference this year. So I do think that's gonna be important. But playmaking, you see it, 86 speed of ball, so we can have gold. Lightning Lunch. I think that's an auto one that you always want to put a max badge +2 on at all times. Ball handle, you gonna have 85. I just put that to the threshold. Anything higher than that is just gonna be on you and how you want to do it. The only reason I would even put this up at this point right now is handles for days, but outside of that, I'm chilling. You have to go 5 to get handles for days, so I don't think I would do that. I probably just put that may be my other +2 max badge. But I could use it on one of the other shootings. That's a wait and see situation. You got the options though. It's the thing. It's not like you put it and you can't take it off. You can just keep changing it to whatever you want. And then pass accuracy, I have an 84 again. 84, you're gonna see that a lot of my guard builds. It's just the safest thing to do, in my opinion. You get gold versatile visionary. You get pass styles. Maybe not the best ones, but you do get some good ones. And then perimeter defense, you see it. We got the bump build going, 92 perimeter defense, so you can be able to have challenger, on ball menace, pick dodger, all gold, off ball pass, even Hall of Fame. And then you have a movable enforcer bronze because we at least got our strength to 73. But that also did get our strong handle up, which is also pretty important. Now, interior defense and block is just not up on this build because it's just hard to have everything that you really do want. And then physicals, you see it, 86 speed because of the speed of ball, 80 agility, so I can be able to have the on ball menace goal, and then you see the 73 strength, like I mentioned, for the strong handle, for the movable enforcer, and then 75 vertical, so that if you do want to be able to have those contact dunks later on, you have the ability to do so if you want to put that cap breaker on that driving dunk. So the very necessary cap breakers I see is mid-range, 3-ball. If you want to do the driving dunk, you can. You can do pass accuracy. You can do ball handle. The last 5 is kind of a preference what you want to do, but yeah, I gave you the options. I ain't gonna lie, I gotta get used to this. We gotta show the build name. Build names, I'm gonna be real. If you ever see a build name that has the same, from me, I'm gonna be real, I'll be very surprised. 2-way, mid-range, high flyer. They probably see this and be like, this brother can't shoot. This brother can shoot. And again, no weaknesses to report. When you make a build, what else can you ask for? Alright, next. Now, this is probably the best name I got in this video. But let's get to it. The 6'7". So this is, in my opinion, the best 6'7" for the way I would make it. But it's a template. You can change whatever you want. 6'7", 200, 6'8" wingspan. So I didn't really go mid-range route on this one like I did on the 6'6". I went the 3-ball. But I did go to 88 driving up so that if you want to go 93 on it with the 80 vertical, you can. You can. 84 3-ball, you know what that's for. You're going to go 89 on it. You can be able to get pretty much every shooting badge silver, I think. I think you also do get the ability to get set shot specialist gold, so that's nice. So you can go max badge +2 on set shot specialist. You can go whatever you want on this one for that cap breaker, because this one might be a finishing build specialization situation. I won't lie. You may be putting that on that first, but I ain't gonna lie. The build gets 10 times better if you get that 3-ball up first. Because you already have the ability to get contact dunks. You even got some standard dunk packages. If you have that 3-ball shooting ability where you get 89 and all your badges go to silver, your build gonna be just 10 times better. It's just that simple. You got 91 free throw to be able to play 5v5. You got the 84 pass accuracy that we had on every single build. Then you see the ball handle 85. You're gonna see that a lot on my swings this year because that's just the threshold. It's not too many. As of right now, it's not too many crazy animations that you need to go beyond 85 that make it worthwhile, in my opinion, for swings. And then you got the 75 speed of ball, just so you can be able to have the silver lightning lunch. You can go +2 on that with the max badge, +2 and get Hall of Fame. Silver to Hall of Fame is actually a difference. But is it, like I said, silver to gold? I mean, silver to gold and silver to Hall of Fame is almost around the same difference. So keep that in mind as well. And in defense, you're going to see this a lot. You got the bump build possibility with the 92 perimeter defense. You got the 73 steal just so you can play the passing lanes. And then you have the 72 interior defense so you can play that hands up in the paint and be able to get stops because you're not going to be getting blocks. You're not going to be getting rebounds. And then on the physicals, you see it. You got 80 speed. You got 80 agility. You've got 85 strength to go alongside that perimeter defense. So the bump build is going to be going crazy on this one because you got the gold and movable enforcer. And you have the Hall of Fame strong handles that's going to make up for the fact that you may not have that 86 speed with ball. so that if people getting bumpy with you, you're gonna be able to bump back. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be bumping back. You feel me? And yeah, that's pretty much the build all in all. The 6'7", in my opinion, pretty cool, but the build name was really what make it crazy. Jalen Suggs, Jamal Murray, Gilbert Arenas, two-way bulldozer. Two-way bulldozer. That's a tough name, gang. But yeah, this actually does have weaknesses. Skips open looks for mid-range. It says that you got a 74 midi. You'll be fine with that. I ain't gonna lie. It's not gonna be 89. It's not gonna be 93. You know what I'm saying? But you'll be fine with a 74. I ain't gonna lie. Especially for me. I ain't finna be trying to shoot midis too much. But yeah, all in all, that's a really good build. Now, last but not least, we got a build that we kind of showcased earlier, but I'm gonna showcase the guard version of it. Now, the stretch version of it really went for a different dynamic. But I'm gonna put that in this video and I'm gonna go over it kind of quick. But 6'9", 188, 6'10" wingspan. Now, you see it. You got the ability to get 93 dropping dunk. You got layup on the build. You got the ability to get 89 3 ball. You don't have mid-range. Now, pass accuracy, the lowest that you've seen so far, but it is a big guard. You have the 80 ball handle. You have the 75 speed ball. This is the big difference between why you may want to go 6'8", 6'9", 6'7" instead of a 6'9", because you don't get that 85 ball handle threshold to get that best momentum crossover. But if you ain't doing momentums, it really won't matter that much to you anyway. Now, defense. Your defense is low-key super straight. I won't lie. You got 91 perimeter defense. No, you don't have 92. At 92, you get challenger. Now, I do like the fact that you do get challenger with that 92. That is very important. But you get the next best thing. You still get that goal on ball minutes, and you still get that goal pick dodger, and you still get bronze and movable enforcer. It was just hard to get everything that you kind of wanted on this build, because if you want to have gold and movable enforcer like you had on the 6'7", you have to not have 75 speed ball, and that kind of defeats the whole purpose of the build for the most part. So yeah. 80 speed, 80 agility, 80 vertical. Keep in mind that you can get 28 cap breakers. Keep in mind what you want to use for the build specialization. Build specialization on this one is interesting again, because you could go shooting, and like I said, for the 6'7", it takes the build to a whole nother level. But you gotta think about the max badge plus ones and the max badge plus twos that you're gonna use on that build to fully lock that one in. Finishing or shooting is what I would say for this build in terms of that. But also remember that you can use your cap breakers on physicals when you do a shooting, when you do a playmaking, when you do a rebounding, when you do a defense or finishing. It's that simple. So yeah, that's pretty much the build. I'll show you all the name, because this name is hard. This may be the best name. Is it the rarest name? I think that two-way bulldozer may got it. But two-way, three-point sniping high flyer. The only weakness is no feel for rebounding position, and that's because you're a small forward. But come on, it's a big guard. We ain't making it to be nothing else but a big guard. Now, if you want to make a small forward be a little bit more versatile, now you may be trying to get rebound. But I think the builds this year are going to be really fun to make, and getting the names is going to be really cool. So yeah. Okay, so I low-key trolled it. I deleted some builds, because when you making videos, you got to delete some vids. So I'm going to put the footage from the stretch big video so y'all can see that build in this video. But yeah, I did do a whole stretch big video. So if you're thinking of making a stretch, I put some big guards in there too. But yeah, that's gonna be the video. If y'all do want more, make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe. I got more coming. Regardless, subscribe. All that good stuff out the way. YaboiFitz. I'm about to be man. All right, next. Now we're gonna be going down in height these next two. So the next one we got is a 6'9". Now 6'9". I wanted to have 6'9" wingspan. Now the only reason why I did do it this high is because I did want to have those abilities to get that high mid-range, that high three ball that you see right here. 188 weight. But I do think that there's some positive and negatives to going down in height on this game. We're gonna get to it. So you see, finishing, you see it. We got a higher layup. We got the same driving dunk, but not as much standing up. So off the rip, it really comes down to what you rather. Do you rather the contact standing dunks? Do you rather the higher standing dunk? Do you rather have the contact dunks and a higher layup? You still have the same close shot for the most part. The post control is not really existent, to be real. I'm really only going to be putting post control based off other attributes, but post control is actually pretty nice to have because that's how you get the post go-to shots. But you don't have to have a crazy high post go-to shot to have that. But the real thing that we're going to be going for on our cap breakers is going to be mid-range and 3-ball again. So you can go +5 on the 3-ball, you get the 89, you get silver, limitless range. You go +5 on mid-range, you get that 93, you get all the shooting badges that you get. But we mainly doing that for Set Shot Specialist Hall of Fame. And I already went over build specialization in the first one where you're going to go, when you get done with that, you get the +2 max badge for the mid-range. You're not going to have Hall of Fame instead of silver. And then for the Set Shot Specialist, you're going to go +1. go legend instead of Hall of Fame. That's just kind of auto. But then when you see the playmaking, you have 75 speed of ball. That's going to allow you to have that. So if you do want to use another one, by the way, you get 3 max badge plus 2s and you get 6 max badge plus 1s that you can literally achieve. So you can use a different max badge plus 2 on that speed of ball and be able to get that to Hall of Fame as well. So like I said, it does come down to how you want to play at the end of the day. Now, you got the pass accuracy. I just got that to a 71 so that you can be able to have dimer, versatile visionary at least. Couldn't get it to the 76 like I had on the other one, but I did get it as high as I could. 75 ball handle, same as the other one. But you do have more dribble moves because you're not just a big. You got like the small, or not the small, but the swing dribble animations and stuff like that. Then when it comes to the defense, you have solid interior defense. You actually have higher block. You definitely have a higher perimeter defense, but we did take a hit on the rebound. So when y'all go with the smaller stretches, it's not going to be as much rebound. So we're going to take a hit there in comparison to the other things. It's just really that simple. Now, again, I did go 80 vertical again here. I just like having vertical. But if you want to put this vertical a little lower, maybe you don't want to have as much vertical as me, maybe you can put that to pass accuracy. Maybe you can put that to really anything that you really, maybe you want more rebound. You know, you can put that to whatever you really feel like you want to do. Now, strength, I just went 71 strength so I can be able to have at least bronze and move enforcer because I do think that's going to be nice to have. And I have 71 agility. I could have got this even higher. Maybe you lower the vertical a little bit to get that. But for the most part, that's just really what it is, all in all. And I wanted to have a little bit higher speed, but 80 speed is fine to me. I'm not going to lie. I don't think going crazy high on speed is going to be the biggest deal because I feel like you just move kind of fast in general on this game from what I've seen. I think with the game speed being higher, I don't know how important that rating going to be. But I haven't only really seen the park gameplay. I haven't really seen the 5v5 yet. So maybe 5v5 is going to be more important. So maybe I'm just kind of undermining that. But for the most part, that's the secondary stretch build. I actually low-key probably should have been showcasing the build name for y'all boys. The build names is pretty crazy this year, by the way. Two-way, crafty, 3-level score. That's the 6'9". I'm actually going to show y'all the 6'10 build name because I think I didn't show it. But look at the weaknesses. Like, bro, let's wings sneak in. Bro, that's how you know you really don't have no weakness. Like, how do I even fix that? You feel me?
Now, I've been letting y'all off for a little while. 90%. Let me say it again. 90% of y'all aren't even subscribed. Now, I've been doing this for a little while now. Y'all, I know y'all mess with the content at this point. So subscribe. Subscribe. It's that simple.
If you buying anything on Fortnite, Epic Games Store, use code YaboiFitz. I don't know why I ain't been had this, but yeah.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!